Yo, welcome back gamers. This week in the Gamer Guild we have Corp Boss of the Week. So I figured let's do a video showing you how to do solo Corp on an Ironman. It's slow, sweaty, and if I'm totally honest, it's not really worth it unless you want a good flex item to walk around with and pretend you're better than everyone, as the Ironman way is. That being said, I'll show you how to take down the Corp Beast all on your own, taking you through the method, recommended stats, gear, and plugins required to brute force this beast and hopefully pull yourself a sigil. First up, stats. Here's what you realistically want before taking on Corp solo. You want 90 attack, strength and defense, 76 magic for Thralls, or 96 if you want to Veng and Spellbook swap for Thralls. You'll also want 70 prayer for piety, 90 Herblore for super combats, or 85 if you want to boost. You can use supersets, but I do not recommend this at all. And Desert Elite Diary is realistically a requirement, so all of the stats that you need to get this, I'm not going to post them in here, but you can check the wiki and you'll be able to see all this. Plugins for RuneLite are a game changer for Corp, especially with the recent changes to teleports, so we're all got to thank God Ash for that. Here are the plugins I recommend for this method along with my setting. We've got Menu Entry Swapper. There's a lot of things you could do with Menu Entry Swapper, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but the most important one for this method and that I use is under Object Swaps. It's customizable left and shift click. This is massive, and I'll show you in the next clip how you use it and where to use it. We then have Special Attack Counter. You can count how many specs you have hit if you want, or you can just use this. It's really good for other pieces of content, but one of the best uses for it is here. If you're doing the old method where you'd use the Arclight and the BGS, it was basically required. This is really helpful. Next, Thrall Helper. Simple one, this notifies you when your Thrall expires. You can add a custom text at the bottom if you want. We've also got the Cannon, another simple one, no explanation required. Timers and buffs. This allows you to track how long you've left on timers while you're bossing. For Corp, I like the Imbued Heart timer, Divine timer, and the Spellbook cooldowns with the Venge timer. Lastly, we've got bossing information. It's not a requirement. Personally, I like to see how many kills per hour I'm doing, and also shows you some interesting information regarding your speed, if you've taken longer on one kill, if you've got some idle time between it, and so on. Really helpful. Now to show you through Menu Entry Swapper. What you want to do is press Shift on your keyboard and right click on Sharati, go down to Swap left click and walk through. This is so when you try and click on the altar, you don't accidentally misclick on her. Next, you want to press Shift on your keyboard and right click on your Desert Amulet 4 and go down to Swap left click and change this to Nada. This will allow you to left click the amulet and teleport to Nada straight away. You want to do the same with the Games necklace, but Corp Beast, and on the Spellbook you want to repeat and change Spellbook swap to Arceus. As you can see in the clip, I had to change mine to standard first as it was already set. Now let's talk about gear. Firstly, if you have an Elder Maul, this is the best in slot. You'll want this to spec the boss and lower its defense. If you don't have this, Dragon Warhammer and Invernic will see you through. Next, we have the Desert Amulet 4, as previously mentioned. This is to tele away and to heal yourself and get your spec back. You'll also need Games necklaces to get back to the Corp Cave quickly. Void Waker isn't required, but as it's a magic attack, its damage isn't capped on Corp Beast and it's guaranteed good damage. Following this, we've got the Osmumten's Fang, very strong here. You can go lower if you need with a Noxious Halberd or a Zamorakian Spear. Don't recommend it with how easy it is to get a Fang. You're much better off just grinding that and then using that. You'll want the Book of Dead to allow you to use Thralls, and the Rune Pouch for Venge and Spellbook swap. Next, the Saturated Fart is nice as it increases your mage level, which in turn helps you with magic defense lasting longer during the fight, stabbing the Corp. Dwarf Multi-Cannon, this isn't required, but it's helpful, I use it. You'll also want, if you have it, a high magic defense shield or a DFS. This is better than an Invernic for the DPS phase because it allows you to stay longer without teleporting out. What I've tried to do here is give you some gear tiers, from the best on the left going down to what is probably the least likely on the third one along. I've also added what I use for my kill, which I'll show you after this, on the far right hand side. So best on the left, down to the worst, and then mine on the right. I'm now going to talk you through the kill as I do it, going through everything. So firstly, as you'll see, I put spec on, I divine potion up, I use the altar to get my health back, teleport in, and I run into the cave. I find the Corp Beast, it's over here. Putting the cannon up. don't want to fire it yet because I want to spec. I do 2 specs. The first one misses, second one hits. That's a good start. Sometimes this can be the worst phase. I teleport back, get some spec, teleport back in, spec it again. First spec hits, we're doing well this kill. Missed the second one. As you can see on my gear, I'm using the special accuracy gear because it's more important to hit the special than what you hit. You can hit a 1 as long as it hits, that's all that matters. Missed the first one, hit the second one. As you can see in the top left hand side of the screen, you've got the special attack counter that I mentioned earlier. You can see that I've hit 3 and its defense is down. I now swap to my actual gear. I spellbook swap. Well, Veng, I spellbook swap. I then cast a Thrall and double Voidwaker spec. Following this, I put on my Fang and keep stabbing it until the boss goes down. Once my HP goes below 46, you'll see that I teleport. When the core appears, I move around. Health has dropped below 46, so I've teleported out. Click on the altar, equip the Voidwaker, click the teleport, start the animation, and then click spec. This is to try and lose as little ticks as possible. While you're outside of the room, the Corp heals, I believe it's 20 HP per tick that you're out of the Corp room. The core's still up and running here, so I'm just avoiding that as it heals you when you're stepping on it. I'm praying Mage and Pietian. Just avoiding this. Step 1, wait for it to jump, attack. Same again, as you can see, I'm doing quite a bit of damage to it without having to teleport out. Now my health's at a level I tele out. Click on the altar, click on the Voidwaker, click on the teleport spec, click on the entrance, run back in. Double Voidwaker. The core, by the looks of it, has been killed by the cannon. This is why this can be helpful in here. Continue to jab. This time it's kicking me quite a bit. As you can see, sometimes you get damaged a lot, and this is why you want to bring a high magic defense shield, because the longer you stay in that fight without having to teleport, the better it is and the faster you kill. So a spellbook swap, cast the Thrall, double Voidwaker, Venge it, jab it in the face. Keep jabbing it in the face. As you can see, it's not hitting me massively, so I can just keep attacking. My HP is low enough now. Teleport out. Use the altar. I've messed up here because I accidentally kicked the amulet again. So teleports Corp. So that's probably going to have healed up more health than I'd have wanted it to there. Double Voidwaker. Swap to the Fang, jab it in the face. Just while I'm doing the method, I'll talk you through some of the plugins that you can see. Obviously, you can see the cannon, how many cannonballs are in it. That's part of the cannon plugin. On the left-hand side, you can see I have my Thrall and Veg timers up. You can also see the saturated fart and the divine time, and you can see the 3 Dragon Warhammer specs I've hit. These are all part of the plugins that I mentioned earlier in the video. Double Voidwaker. My Divine Potion's about to expire, so you'll see I click on the Divine. My health's now low enough, so I'll teleport out. Click on the altar, click on the Voidwaker, click on the teleport, click on the spec. You should be able to do this in one motion, or one semi-fluid motion. hit quite hard there, so I didn't get to use much of the Fang. So teleport out, back in. Another one where I've got hit quite hard. Just lots of movement, avoiding the core. Sometimes the cannon will kill it, which is always nice because it means a bit more reclined. The heart's just expired. Click on the heart again. This boosts your magic defense. Teleport out. Click on the altar. Void Waker. Games Necklace. Teleport back. I'm going to tell you for a fact, I'm going to listen to this again while I'm editing, and I'm not going to enjoy the sound of my voice. So, spec, restore, teleport, cave. Pretty simple. Just rinse, repeat. Make sure your timers are up. Make sure your health's nice and high. Defensive gear is always good here. This is why in some of the setups you'll notice there's more, defensive style. Recasted the Thrall. If you're wondering why my Thrall looks like that, that's just another plugin I use in general. It's not one that's required for Corp, so I haven't included it in the video, but this is the companion pet plugin. Doing quite nice, some nice hits. Admittedly, Corp is hitting me back quite hard. Void Waker, teleport, back in. As you can also see on the side, you can see that currently I'm getting 6.6 kills per hour. This is by no means maximum efficient. You can definitely, in better gear, such as if you have an Ellie and so on, and you can be in the room damaging it for longer, you can definitely do more kills. But obviously that requires you to get one of those, so you've got to do this method first to get there. But as you can see here, I'll finish the fight off. You get not much loot, but as you do with RuneScape, you keep poking it in the face until it drops what you need it to. Inevitably. What you can then do is you can refill your cannon, put your spec gear back on, teleport back to Nada, boost your stats. If you want, you can teleport back to the bank if you need to get some more supplies, and then wait for the boss to reappear and start again. As you can see from the video, soloing Corp is fairly easy, and it doesn't take a lot of skill to do. What it does require though is patience and motivation to keep going despite what can sometimes be some very underwhelming drops. But for those who persist, the sigils are deserved and worth the wait. Drop a like if you liked the video and you think it helped. Comment any questions or things you'd like to see in the future. As some of you know, I've just started on this YouTube direction, so hopefully we can keep pushing and getting bigger and better videos made. If you want to join me on this journey, press the subscribe button so make sure you don't miss out on any videos going forward.